Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to the trousers with the jeans. Okay, now my modeling is pretty clean wireframe, as you can see, flat as much as I can. I try to keep it super clean and good for deformations. Now, because of that, my unwrapping, as you've seen earlier in my video, is really clean, and I go very far and take a lot of work to even, even it up as much as possible and clean it up and align everything. It gives me an easier way. It's a lot easier to do texturing like that, because seams will really flow the way they should be. All right, real seams. Okay, this is the closing seam, obviously, but you don't have to go as far as that. Most of the people don't. Okay, they clean it up. The reason I go as far as that for those pants especially, it's because I want that to be one piece only. Okay, like that. I can do with only one seam on the side. All right, if I want no seam right there at all. Okay, I put a little clothing seam, but it's no big deal, and I don't want any seams in the middle. And if you look into it right here, one side, all right, is seamless right here, and the other side has a seam inside, obviously, of the leg. So that means the left leg is seamless and the right leg is not seamless. So we're going to make the right leg seamless. It is important to understand what's going on. Again, mine is really clean. That's the reason I like that, because you'll see it's a lot easier to do things, everything in the same level, so you can do some real seamless texturing. The other ways is almost impossible unless you have a third-party software. All right, so I take my time, and you don't have to go that flat like I do. I just overdone it actually for you guys, but it works well. As you can see on the texture doesn't look too bad at all. All right, it looks okay. It'll be seen right here. What we want is to make it completely seamless. All right, okay. Right here. So what we need to is the power we need to make seamless right here. So it's selected, and let's see right here. That's right there. That's right here. So that side right there, and that side right here. Okay. So it's very important to remember, basically, to do that. We can check it out right here by right-clicking, going to edge, selecting an edge, you know that, and you'll see the other one. Okay. So let's go into Photoshop and do our job. What I'm going to show you is an old trick I already showed you guys earlier, I think, in Game 110. And I know a bunch of you guys already took Game 110. For my playfields, I use that. I've been using that for a very long time. I'm sure that people do that too. But let me explain to you how it works. Let me delete a couple of those. I was doing it before. I don't need that either. Let me delete that also. Okay, so you basically have your texture. The way I did my texture, as you've seen earlier, I took a phone jeans and copied it twice, and then start cloning stuff. Alright, you guys, as much as I can. I went fairly fast because it was for a demo. I don't want to overdo the demo thing in the videos, and for YouTube it's a pain after that. But I'd take more my time, you guys, and clean up better and put a little bit more details into it and so forth. Okay, but be good enough for now. So we know from our UVs that we align that we need to make that part seamless with that part right there. Okay, now when I'm going to use that, I'm going to select a piece of the trousers somewhere, all right, right here, for example. A good little piece like that, okay? And I'm going to duplicate it. So Control-C, Control-V to duplicate it. So I have a new layer with that piece right there. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the black, all right? And the way I do that is strange, but it works pretty well. Trust me, done that over the years. Right there. Right there. Okay, so now our seamless texture needs to be done following those rules. Basically, let me show you something. what we're going to do is we're going to cut that piece in 2 pieces. Alright, so let's see that right here. We want to have that piece right here seamless with that seam right there. Okay, the best way we know it's seamless in the middle is to offset what we just did like that. Alright, grab that piece right here of that texture and move it exactly, oops, sorry, wrong layer, because I got both of them, that's why. And move it exactly right here, right on top of that one. Alright. We want to check right away if we're not too close or too far. Right there, perfect. Let's move it to the other one. Obviously there's a seam, huh? I'm not adding that right now, but we should have no seam in the middle. That's what we're looking for. So we'll have 2 seams because I'm not going to do the cloning yet until I know it works, because sometimes it gets tricky. So I'm going to save as for web. Which you shouldn't do. You should. This is for a demo, so it's slider. My computer doesn't crash because I'm running Camtasia at the same time in 2 softwares. But you guys should not be doing that. All right? Okay? Because JPEG is a bad format, basically. It's got bad compression, so you should be more with a TIFF format. The TIFF format is much better. Okay, let's see our story. Oh yeah, that working because we can see the old seam. And we could go higher actually and do the same thing. We should have done the same thing higher, you know, it's not a huge deal, but basically it took the seam out. Alright, so now we just need to blend it in and properly in Photoshop. So I'll take those 2 together. And hold on here. Don't touch, remember, don't touch the pixels too close. You're gonna erase the seamless part of it. Alright. Always sample next to where you are. Right hand, let's go to the other one. Stop at the bottom, that's fine. Maybe work with that. Yeah. I sample next to it all the time like that. It's much more accurate. Be careful, don't go too close. Just blend it in. Right here. Alright, save as for web. Let's try it out.